crew. We're going to do a little read today. We're going to start out with our little spirit cards, and we're going to pull a couple of spirit cards, and then we'll pull some cards that will go underneath those cards and give us a better understanding of why we pulled the spirit cards. Something fun I like to do. It's a little bit not buckled down today, a little bit unbuttoned up today because we've had a lot of power outages, and it keeps going out over and over. They're fixing from storms that happened. One moment, please. We have two spirit cards. Okay. We have our sense of touch. Interesting one to start with. And our spirit of strength. And what does that already sound like to you? We've got a sense of touch and a spirit of strength. Oh, maybe we need to be. And then also we have with almost the spirit of love card, which is kind of a little bit cut off. But on the back of that spirit of love card, sense of touch. Okay, so we've got a double confirmation about a sense of touch. Then we have a special message of the spirit of love and the spirit of strength. This is telling me already from just these cards that you need to put your sense of touch under control with your spirit of strength to determine and discern whether or not this is a spirit of love that you're actually seeing, dealing with, working with. I'm going to start out here with our Divine, Tarot of the Divine. And under sense of touch, what do we need to know underneath sense of touch? That's where it went. I'm just going to give it to you. Sense of touch, under sense of touch came the devil. Now, let's look at our, this is anything that's going to ensnare you in something that you just kind of get addicted to. And in a general sense. So be careful not to be numbed and succumbed to the sense of touch, so that you wrap those chains around you like you see in your average devil card. You would see, they've got the chains wrapped loosely around them, but they can get out, they can get away. With the sense of touch and the devil at the same time, you've got to make sure the sense of touch is threatening upon being out of control, so that it's something you're succumbing to, you're becoming addicted to, or becoming where you're not thinking straight. Now, how can I say that? There's a way that people say this that is akin to saying hypnotized. Like you become hypnotized kind of by the sense of touch, where you notice that after you've had certain things happen with somebody that you can't like think straight, you can't keep your head on right. And that is kind of what we're looking at here, is that you may not be thinking clearly and straight. And then directly under, at the bottom of the stack, and I hate to say it, but underneath the spirit of love, we have the death card, which is that we've got a spirit of love, which I'm believing that spirit of love is coming out of your heart. Okay, you've got a spirit of love, but whatever spirit they've got regarding the sense of touch and the devil, whatever spirit is being held by the other party in this situation, you've got death coming back at you. You've got transformation of the spirit of love. You've got a situation where that spirit of love is being transformed into nothing but the spirit of touch, and it's being transformed into the addiction of the devil card, rather than the spirit of love it's intended by God to be. And then under the spirit of strength, okay, I'm just pulling from the bottom. I turned it upside down, started pulling the cards from the bottom, like you do. Under spirit of strength, we have the Hermit. And this is a card, the Hermit is a card about taking your time alone and by yourself. I mean, he's hooded, he's cloaked. It's a pulling back and a pulling away from, to find a spirit of strength within yourself. And I would say in this case, to find the nobleness of the stag, to find out whether or not the stag that you are dealing with is noble, or they corrupt and causing a corruption of the spirit of love with this death card. So we also have all major arcana here with the devil, death, and the hermit. All major arcana cards, which all involve something that can be life altering, should your discernment about the situation not be correct. So the hermit is about withdrawing, being prudent, paying attention to yourself and your inner spirituality, rather than what is on the outside. But for our purposes, prudence and drawing back away from what you've considered to be a responsibility. And yeah, but it's not actually a responsibility. It's actually just a relationship choice. It's not a responsibility because this looks very much like a situationship and not a real relationship, if I can say that respectfully and kindly, because I think everybody's been there at some point or another. And the devil, it's about giving into the ego, lusting for things, harmful situations and negative situations. It's a dragon. This is actually a dragon sitting upon, from Brazil, a myth from Brazil, a dragon sitting upon a pile of gold that it doesn't need. And then a person also setting a forest on fire for their own gain, but for nothing, on purpose. So we've got greed, controversy, violence, strange experiences, and addiction. But what I would say here is this is an addictive experience of the sense of touch. And it is also a giving into ego and lust because of the addictive the addictive quotient of this card. And then with death, this is a huge upheaval, but exactly as I said, it's simply they are with this devil card. They are transitioning the spirit of love into something that is not nice. It is being You're losing the real spirit of love, and it is being messed up, transitioned, and changed and evolved into something that is more about the ego and lust and addiction. And you guys, I'm sorry, really sorry. That's not what anybody I think wants to hear. But if you are in this situation and you know you are, this may be exactly what you need to hear at this moment, because really this is a confirmation. So I'm asking Spirit now with this deck of cards. This is what the reader, the collective, needs to know about this situation. Is there anything else that we need to point out for them? Is this what they need to know? We'll get a yes or no, whether or not this is all that you need to know. Oh, okay, that's more than one card. We're gonna stick to one card. Yes or no? There we go. This has been my answer before. It's not all we need to know. The other thing that they want to tell you is the moon card, an illusion card, a card of like things that are hidden, things that are anxieties, and even things that you may be intuiting right now. This can be intuitions and premonitions and things like that. So these may even be. So what you also need to know, they were not through with the no. What you also need to know is the moon, is that there are illusions being used here to hold you in the grips of the devil. There are illusions that are going to be very harmful to you if you do not withdraw and pull back. Okay, is that also this card is associated with Pisces? Yes, that is what we need to know. The Magician. Yes, the Magician. Because you are in control of this situation. You have everything that you need at your fingertips right now, basically, honey, to not do this anymore. And that means if you're a boy or a girl, to not do this anymore, because in your heart you know that you're not being given the quotients of love. You're being given the quotients of the sense of touch. You're being given lust. You're being given an addiction to lust. You know you're not being given love. So this is a confirmation for you that you are powerful, and you are powerful at manifesting. And though this is going to cause pain, you're going to manifest that pain into a freedom and into a discernment that's going to get you the right thing in the right spirit of love. And that's where you want to be right now. And I'm so happy to end on this beautiful note of you being the magician who's able to fix this for yourself. You don't need anybody else to fix it for you. You don't need the special magic man to come along or the special magic woman to come along. No, you're the magician and you can fix this for yourself. You fix your mindset about this specific situation and whether or not you're being given what you deserve. All right, thank you for being with me. I will see you with the next reading. Please like, subscribe. The In Spirit is so happy to have you. We're so happy to have our new subscribers. Thank you so much for all the people who have come back. And then for new people coming in, welcome to D in Spirit. And I hope you have a good experience with this reading and any others that you watch. We'll be getting end caps up really soon for our readings. And have a good rest of the day. Bye.